In the blistering heat of the Afghan desert, two fighter pilots soar through the skies on a routine patrol until they're suddenly ambushed. Enemy fire forces both to eject before their jets explode. Parachuting down, they're spotted by a group of armed terrorists. One pilot is killed in the chaos, but the other, Claire, fights back with everything she has, taking out the attackers in a brutal shootout. Exhausted and alone, Claire treks through the endless desert, searching for help. That's when she stumbles across a sealed Russian bunker, hidden beneath the sand. As she struggles to open it, another wave of terrorists finds her. Outnumbered and low on ammo, Claire holds her ground, but it's clear she can't last much longer. Then, luck strikes. A rocket hits the bunker door, blasting it open. Without hesitation, Claire dives inside and bolts down the pitch-black stairway. Using a glow stick to light her path, Claire descends into the eerie silence. The air is thick with tension. Old machinery, shattered equipment, and strange signs of scientific experiments line the halls. Inside one room, she finds the corpse of a doctor, rotted and twisted, beside notes and an old voice recorder. Whatever happened here, it wasn't natural. Upstairs, the terrorists enter the bunker searching for Claire. One of them flips on the lights, revealing several glass chambers filled with bizarre, humanoid creatures suspended in a frozen state. As they stare in shock, Claire ambushes them from behind. Gunfire echoes, and one stray bullet shatters a glass chamber. The creature inside falls out, unconscious. Claire ducks into an empty chamber to hide as the terrorists scatter to find her. One terrorist remains, standing over the lifeless creature, thinking it's dead. He casually drapes a plastic sheet over it, but as he turns, the creature springs to life, vicious and hungry, ripping the man apart. Hearing the chaos, Claire rushes back up the stairs. Just as she reaches the top, a terrorist grabs her leg, trying to drag her back. She struggles, and in a flash, the creature pounces on the terrorist, giving Claire just enough time to escape. As the monster chases her, she manages to slam the bunker door shut and chain it from the outside. Running through the desert once more, Claire spots another terrorist, who freezes when he sees the creature emerging behind her. Terrified, he turns and flees. Claire pushes on, stumbling upon a road. An army vehicle pulls up. Out steps Sergeant Hook. "We've been looking for you," he says. "Where's your partner?" Claire replies with grief in her eyes. "He died saving me." Back at the base camp, Claire reports to her commanding officer, demanding they investigate the bunker. But the CO shrugs her off. "There's no such bunker," he insists. "You've been through a lot. Maybe you're just confused." Claire doesn't back down. "I've flown 28 missions. I've faced death. But I've never been as scared as I was in that place. Something's buried out there, and it's not human." Despite her pleas, the CO refuses to act. Claire is sent to the medical tent for a checkup. There, she spots the same terrorist who fled from the creature, alive, shaken, and silent. When Sergeant Hook visits, Claire explains everything again. He checks the maps and satellite images. "There's no record of a bunker anywhere," he says. "But maybe it's buried too deep to be detected." Claire mentions a message written in Russian on the bunker door. The terrorist sitting nearby finally speaks. It said, "Do not open this. You made a terrible mistake." Claire explains the bunker had dozens of chambers filled with those creatures, preserved, locked up like ticking time bombs. Hook believes the bunker could be decades old, likely dating back to the Soviet invasion. Elsewhere, we see inside that same bunker. Now all the creatures are awake, growling and clawing at the glass. Something is coming. Back at the base, the commanding officer gets a call from the colonel. The colonel gives strict orders: keep everything secret and retrieve the device Claire found. No questions asked. It's clear now some people already know about the monsters and they're hiding it. Claire confronts the surviving terrorist again. "You blew up my aircraft and killed my partner," she says. The man responds, "I didn't want to. I'm not a killer. But around here, if you're not with them, you're against them. I had no choice." Suddenly, screams erupt outside. The creatures have arrived. They swarm the base, tearing soldiers apart in seconds. One of them crashes into Claire's tent. She tries to escape, but the monster lashes out, its long tongue wrapping around her neck and grotesque tentacles bursting from its eyes. Just as it prepares to kill her, the captured terrorist breaks free, slashes the tongue, and stabs the creature to death. Elsewhere, the CO is attacked as well, but survives, rescued by Hook and a fellow soldier. The camp is nearly overrun. The remaining troops and survivors retreat into a shipping container, sealing themselves in. Inside, Hook interrogates the terrorist. His name is Kabir. "You're local. You must know something," he demands. Kabir nods. "I wasn't born yet, but I've heard the stories. When Russia invaded, a star fell from the sky. My people believed it was a message from God to start a war. But then, something worse happened." Claire asks, What kind of something? Kabir replies, people began disappearing. First one, then another. Then women. Families. They vanished, without a trace. Kabir begins to reveal the horror of what happened decades ago. At night, he says, we'd find bodies, torn apart, mangled like some wild animal had ripped into them. In fear, the villagers decided to hunt the beast. Kabir's father led the search party. But they never stood a chance. 46 villagers died, including his father. By morning, the surviving soldiers cautiously exit the container. The base camp is completely abandoned. No bodies. Only a chilling silence. The creatures had dragged everything away. But there's one corpse left behind. One of the monsters. Up close, it's terrifying. Not quite human, not quite animal. Hook turns to the army doctor. What are we even fighting? The doctor examines the creature. Its skin's as thick as tire rubber. Killing these things won't be easy. Then, with surgical precision, the doctor slices it open and is stunned. All the internal organs, they're human. Everyone is shocked. How could something so alien have human parts? Just then, the commanding officer, who had been unconscious since the attack, wakes up and confirms their worst fears. He reveals that military intelligence had been watching this region for decades. The truth began in 1979 when an alien ship entered Earth's atmosphere and crash-landed in Siberia. The Russians recovered the craft. Inside were alien bodies. Dead. They harvested DNA samples from those aliens and began mixing them with human DNA. The result are these creatures. They set up a secret bunker here in Afghanistan, far from the public eye, to continue their experiments. Hook asks Claire how many creatures she saw. An army, she replies grimly. The CO nods. Last night, they were just testing our strength. They'll return tonight. Panic sets in. One soldier suggests escaping. The CO rallies them. Like it or not, we're all part of this war now. Suddenly, the supposedly dead creature on the operating table leaps back to life. It lunges straight for Claire. Kabir tries to defend her, but the creature overpowers him. The CO acts fast, grabbing a grenade and blowing both himself and the monster to pieces. The war has begun. With no escape, the remaining team makes a choice. Enter the bunker, destroy the source, and finish what started decades ago. Kabir is given a chance to walk away, but he refuses. I'll go too. For my father. Inside the bunker, they plant bombs, preparing to wipe out the creatures for good. But just as they're about to exit, one of the monsters grabs Hook and pulls him deep into the darkness. Everyone thinks he's gone. But then, Claire hears his voice echoing from below. He's still alive. Claire doesn't hesitate. She leads a team of 5 back down to rescue him. Wills, up above, hooks the army jeep to the broken lift, lowering them into the abyss. They descend carefully, watching every shadow. Then Wills radios down with chilling news. Satellite alert. A missile strike is coming. They have 20 minutes to finish the mission. Elsewhere in the bunker, Hook wakes up surrounded by corpses and a creature feeding on them. He fights for his life, cutting off its tongue and bashing its head until it collapses, dead. Meanwhile, Claire discovers a massive, sealed chamber. When she turns on the light, her heart stops. Inside is the original alien, the very creature whose DNA started this nightmare. It never died. It was preserved. Hook rejoins the team. There's no time to waste. Above, Will sees terrorists closing in and opens fire from the bunker entrance, fending them off alone. Back inside, but now, the team is running out of time and members. Only Claire, Kabir, and one other survive. The rest were hunted down in the darkness. Hook is presumed dead again. Claire rushes into the lift with Kabir and the last teammate, but Will's, still under fire, can't pull them up. Creatures descend on the lift. One monster tears into the soldier's skull, killing him instantly. Another grabs Kabir. But Kabir sees the watch again. It's his father. The monster holding him was once the man who led his village. In a moment of peace, Kabir tells Claire to jump, and she leaps just in time as the lift crashes, exploding and taking both Kabir and his mutated father with it. Above, the terrorists capture Wills and prepare to execute him, until Hook and Claire burst in, guns blazing. They mow down the enemies in a final, brutal standoff. Then, they see it. The missile. It's seconds from impact. They jump into a vehicle and floor it, speeding across the desert. Behind them, the missile hits the bunker. Boom. The entire facility erupts in a fiery explosion, killing every remaining creature and terrorist inside. From a distance, Claire, Hook, and Wills watch the smoke rise. The threat is gone. The nightmare is over. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.